trips a day.
Welcome aboard American Airlines. Please place small carry-on items underneath the seat in front of you. Larger carry-on items should be placed in the overhead compartment. This aircraft has new, larger overhead compartments. Place your...
An active taxiway at this time. All passengers should be in their seats. Thank you so much.
Today's journey took us out over the Bahamas, then past Turks and Caicos, which we started our initial descent once passing Puerto Rico down into Princess Juliana Airport. Now it's always a beautiful sight flying out of Miami, just making that right and going further east or southeast, I should say. Beautiful views. I think I'm gonna probably throw up the video that we have of us coming into Miami. We actually did that on a 737 MAX. And for most people that know me, I've avoided the 737 MAX for years, but that was my first take on it. So I do have that flight. It was an early morning flight into Miami, and it looked just as good because we had to coast over Florida and U-turn it back in order to land. So beautiful views all around. Needless to say, we're on a 737 NG, and we are on our way to St. Martin. There was a beautiful flight going out. There was a little bit of weather along the way, which surprisingly enough, it was like an hour and 55 minutes in before we actually got any type of service from the flight attendants. Now, I probably would have gotten to a movie anyway, but since the flight attendants had to sit for so long, I jumped into the documentary Piece by Piece from Pharrell. It is a good movie to check out. I know it's based on Legos, which is how you want to do it, but it was good. And as you can see, we're kind of flying through that weather right now. It lasted about 20 minutes or so, and then the flight attendants were able to get up. But once those clouds had passed, every little island from Puerto Rico to St. Croix and all the way down, it just was an amazing view outside the window the whole time. we start our initial descent into the St. Martin area, there was a bit of storms around Puerto Rico, so we had to do some dodging of that, but coming into St. Martin was clear. So what I want to say is I think American Airlines is stretching themselves very thin. There's a reason why out of the big three, they are number 3 right now, and they need to do some changing. I mean, this was an international trip on a short route, and even the folks that were in business class got a cold meal. It wasn't a hot meal. So I was just talking to some of the flight attendants at that time, and they were saying that these routes are just becoming more repetitive and not competitive. So it's like, all right, what can we do to enhance this? I mean, we have stuck with American Airlines for a while. That has been our go-to airline now since about 2017, 2018. So almost 10 years of just really utilizing them. And they pretty much go to places in the network that we want to travel to. So this flight was very uneventful, thank goodness. And it was just another one in the journey that's to come. Please stay tuned for the next trip. It is going to be our time in St. Martin, and have a good one and enjoy the rest of this flight out as we land into beautiful St. Martin.
Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the seatbelt sign is turned off.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to St. Martin. Please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until we arrive at the gate and the captain turns off the seatbelt sign. Please take a moment to check your seatback pockets for your personal items, your electronic devices, earbuds, iPhones, all your fun stuff. Please check for these belongings. Once you do leave, you will now be able to report the claim, ma'am. On behalf of all of us here at American Airlines, especially on behalf of your Miami-based flight crew,